Alright, hi guys. I'm back. I just came back from a wonderful live. I think I'm going to start going live for certain things. Mostly dog walks because it's really hard for me to do the divinity that Source asked me to and take questions at the same time. Especially when I'm out for a certain purpose. So, I'm going to do that on the dog walks, guys. Because the dog walks is where it's at. That's where the fun's at. That's where we get in tune with nature and things of that sort. It is. It is what it is, guys. So, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Alright, what's your, I'm just picking up central energies because this is an oracle reading on the questions that you need, that you may not know you need, that your inner self knows you need, or just things you know you need. If it sounds familiar and resonates, this is for shadow work, guys, which is important for every human being to do before they die. Temperance is in the house. Alright, so there's a need for balance for somebody. A need for balance. Alright, I do like my animal cards. You guys know how much I love animals that follow me. And then 4 of arrows. And I'm going to read exactly how the creator of these cards has these read, you know, in the description with the Terra Woodland Wardens, because these are important. They're cute, they're important, and they're stuff that we need answered. It is what it is, guys. And then we got 4 of arrows. A lot of 4s in this reading. 4, 4. You guys can be seeing 4, 4, 4. I don't know. Let's grab another one to make it 4. How's that? We'll grab another one to make it a whole 4. See if we get another 4. I don't know. We'll see what we get. 2 of wands. So we got 10. We got 4, 4. And then we got 4, 4, and a 2. So we got a 10. 10s are completions. So you guys, that's just signaling to me that somebody has completed a cycle. You've completed an entire cycle and you just don't know what's going on, so temperance appears. So we're going to put temperance down here for a second, because temperance is temperance, guys. Temperance is temperance is temperance. Let's start with 2 of wands. Let's read about 2 of wands in this deck. I think it depicts a lot of things. Okay. I'm not trying to take any of these in the bottom because, I mean upside down, because you know what you need or what's going on in your life. You know, and you know what you want done before you die. And the fact is that we live and breathe. I see people die every day. People die of all ages, guys. Don't think just because I'm in my 20s I'm not going to die. I feel really good today. You never know what's going to happen, guys. Upright, you've done all the research you can, and now is the time to act. You have the whole world in front of you, and adventure is calling. Okay. See how this guy is holding this? You have all your information. And you're just looking, but you're not sure how to act, how to react, how to move forward. That's what that signifies. Alright, and then we got 4 of arrows. Alright, let's see what they say with 4 of arrows. Alright, let's go to arrows. Alright, 4 of arrows, guys, upright. There is a time for action, and the time is for, does this say run? Oh, rest. And the time is for rest. Maybe it's for, I don't know, maybe you guys are renting things and you're worrying about it. And now is the moment for the ladder. Turn inward and practice self-care. You'll emerge rejuvenated and ready to take on the world. Alright, you need to go inward and rest. Whoever this is. You already got all your information. And we got the Page of Arrows. And we all know pages are famous for messages. Messages. And this should be here. Alright, hang on. Page of Arrows. Page of Arrows. Upright. Nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams. You have found the most direct route. And your boldness and ambition are admirable. Okay, so you found the most direct route. Why is temperance in your house? Why is temperance in your house? Alright, temperance upright. You got the temperance bird. The temperance is right here. You got temperance. You've done the hard work of finding inner calm and harmony, and you are ready for what life may bring. Temperance invites us to avoid extremes and strike a balance. Things may not always go your way, but you have the tools to carry on with a positive attitude. Alright, you got to balance. Whatever you got here, you have to balance everything out. You got to balance it. Only you can answer this question because this is an oracle reading. The tools are here. The universe is literally telling you it's your turn now. The ball is in your court. You must balance, alchemize, whatever you need to do. Rest, take your time, rest, and figure out how you're going to move forward. That's pretty much what you do. You just got to figure out how's my forward movement going to look like? Who may I disappoint or whatever? And I'm going to get these beloved dead cards out because this is ancestral wisdom of whatever situation you're going in. Whatever situation you're in or go, I don't know why I said going in, it was said. Maybe there's a situation upcoming that you're not even sure about. And you're just you're at the crossroads. I keep hearing that song. Meet me at the crossroads, crossroads. You know, it's that Fast and Furious where they had the song, the Crossroads song. That's coming in my head, guys. Crossroads. Yeah, meet me at the crossroads. Someone wants you to meet them at the crossroads. And these all have a meaning. Their ancestral wisdom change. And it has a nice little thing. We're going to take 3. 1 is 3 and 3 is 1. To every single action, there's 3. There's 3 for every one choice, there's technically 3. And there's also 3 paths to every decision you have. And then we have active love, forgiveness, and faith. That just kind of threw that self into the reading for ancestral knowledge of the day. Ancestral knowledge. I mean, this is what we need to go. And then we have prophecy. Alright. Let's see what the ancestors want to tell you. There's a whole big paragraph of these. Of what these are. We're just going to go through each deck. And this could be for anybody that's kind of feeling a certain way. And if you came across this video, it was no coinkydinky. It was, you were meant to find this because your inner self wants to tell you about stuff. That's it. So, and that's what it is. Alright. Alright, let me see here. We got prophecy. Let's see, because I gotta find this. Active love. Do the active loves come here? And then we have change. Let me see what comes first in here, okay? Alright, are these the cards? How to begin? Alright. Okay, these are active love. Okay, the active love cards. I'll say we'll start with active love. And this is forgiveness and faith. So let's go with active love, forgiveness, and faith. Maybe you gotta forgive somebody or have some faith. Possibly. Alright. Alright, leave me a... Okay, these are the cards. Alright, we got here. Forgiveness and faith. Here we go. Forgiveness and faith. I found it right here. Alright. I'm just grabbing whatever, yeah, for a bookmarker. Oh my god, lucky break. I got lucky break for my bookmarker. Somebody's getting a lucky break. Oh my god. Whoever this is, you're getting a lucky break. Yay. You have no control over someone else's heart or choices, nor the universe's way of meting out justice. No matter how badly someone has behaved, all you could do is change your reaction to this experience. You deserve to move on. Perhaps you're being asked to forgive yourself for something and to finally allow yourself to evolve from this holding pattern, hanging on to righteous anger, sorrow, guilt, shame, hate, resentment, regrets, or fantasies of vengeance is only to keep you attached, corded, or beholden to a wrongdoing. You're feeling the injustice of someone's harsh judgment. Remember that it only has the power if it's piggybacking off pre-existing self-doubt and self-judgment. Either conscious or unconscious, we all have a yikes diary, an almost filmic chronicle of mistakes and misadventure. The act of forgiveness and faith, toss it into the fire. Be thankful for the inherent wisdom of your life lessons. Forgive yourself so you can direct your beautiful energy to where it belongs. Self-acceptance and new beginnings. So somebody wants to piggyback off your energy. The act of forgiveness and faith helps you liberate energetically and find peace. If you're unable to forgive, it's okay in the event. Turn to an act of faith. Send prayers or petition the universe for help and guidance. Relishing control of a burden by petitioning a higher power can help release you from these self-frictioning attachments. Faith gives you back the long game. Alright, so you must detach and let somebody go. You haven't let something go, but you've got a lucky break coming. You must let this person go or you're not going to have your lucky break. They're kind of like stopping your lucky break almost. Maybe they're going to give you, and then we got change. So when I get out of these. Okay, so C should come first. We're going to go in chronological order with this. I feel that these cards, when they come, there we go, are important for, we could say all this and give an advice, but in the end, it is you that needs to make decisions on what goes on in your life. And then we got change. No one wakes up stretching their arms into the air while yawning and says, bring on something unpredictable and unwanted with the potential to disrupt the very foundation on which my life is based. Mostly we want a steaming cup of status quo, something known, manageable, and easy on our nerves and gray matter, and not the battering and impertinent winds of change. At least not today. Despite our incredible reservoirs of ingenuity and resilience, we're all creatures of habit, and yet change is constant. It greets us in every waking moment. The rain melts the snow, and the winds dry the earth. And then it says, buds in the blink of an eye unfurl into the verdant landscape. We follow the natural cycles of birth, growth, and death to sow. Alright. And then it has more. I think I should read all of this for you because I think that you have to have a change. There's a change here. Nurture, then recap, celebrating the harvest before resisting with the fallow field. Change always ushers in a positive, necessary, or organizing energy. See if I can say that 3 times. Alright, if you receive change, it indicates a turning of the tides. What is becomes was. Your response will activate the process of will be until it is again. This sequence of events may be experimental as the best thing ever or unsettling. Opening old wounds caused by upheaval and impertinence. In any case, this oracle likens the experience to a revolving wheel. Resisting change is like clutching the spokes, an act of control and desperation that will take you down into a vortex of unstable momentum. Ground yourself in reality, in the hub of the wheel, and allow it to circle around you. An attitude of acceptance helps you work in humanity with external force. The beloved dead of change whispers, this will pass. Let the change happen. Because you know what? Truth always gets out there. I feel somebody lied to you about things or spread lies. That's why all this is going on. And then we got prophecy. If someone spread lies about you and things like this, they're just, and you don't accept all of this energy, and you don't accept the pain, you give the pain back to whoever sent it to you. You do. And you know what? Give back the pain. Why accept pain that is not yours? I feel you're accepting pain that's not yours. And then we got prophecy. Prophecy, when describing you or someone on either side of the veil, validates an experience or gift for divination or prophetic dreams or sight, intuition or mediumship, and connecting with the unconscious that survived death. Wow. Alternately, this card exhumes the speaker of a prediction that keeps rattling its chains. You've been told many untruths growing up. Life is unfair. You can't always get what you want. Love sucks. Why can't you be more like beggars can't be choosers? And you'll never amount to anything unless you don't cry, feel, or most. Dreams don't come true. Get a real job. You're a blah blah blah. Fill in the blanks. And then it says, when the beloved dead of prophecy steps forward, it asks, what prediction has set up residency in your unconscious that you keep enacting over and over. What's become a self-fulfilling prophecy? There's a prophecy that you keep thinking over and over again, and as you keep thinking of this prophecy over and over and over again, you're bringing it into fruition. Someone wants to think you're the bad guy, you're this, you're that. They're pushing your buttons to see your reaction. You're bringing their prophecy into fruition, into existence. You're speaking your own self-prophecy because you don't be quiet about it. You know? Worry about the things you can control because everybody gets a lucky break when they go through things. And trust in the universe. Trust in the universe and trust in goodness. Step aside. You know, if someone took a bunch of money, let's say someone took thousands and thousands of dollars and there's nothing you could do about it, but they want you to be upset about it. So they could say that, you know, if there's like final paperwork or just something crazy going on about it, but they want you to speak into fruition that you're being the bad guy. Just say, you know what, there's a lot of paperwork, there was a lot of deception, I gave it to God. And that's all you got to say is, I gave it to God. So, if you gave it to God, it's not affecting you. You gave it to a higher power. Something is another power that's going to just take care of whatever needs to be taken care of, guys. That's what you do. And you must do this because it is what it is. Everything is what it is. Everything that will come to you will come to you. And if it's not meant to be with you for whatever reason, it will fall off. You know, someone might have got those thousands of dollars that they took from you, but they're getting, it's almost like monkey. I don't know if you ever heard of it's this old wise tale. It's called it's called the monkey paw. It's old. And anyways, you take something out of deception, everything you get, like let's say somebody took, I'm just putting this out there, someone took like $50,000 from you, okay? And the person gained the $50,000 because they got it out of deception. Everything that money touches, it's almost like cursed money. And let's say you say I want to have this money, and you speak it into with this foot, all right? And it's a cursed object, obviously. And that you get your $50,000, and you're waiting for your money, and let's say a family member dies. But let's say the funeral costs $30,000, yada, 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 whatever. I'm just throwing the money out there. So you have $20,000. So the monkey's paw is not done with you. So anyways, you go and you figure you got $30,000 the monkey paw is going to deliver. Let's say you get in a car accident, but you end up crippled or something, and the settlement is exactly $30,000, but you can't walk. You didn't mention that you wanted the $50,000 and you wouldn't be able, and you still wanted to walk. So you get it, you're in a wheelchair, you have a lot of medical bills, and then you get $30,000 from your settlement, and then obviously, let's say your insurance lapsed over or whatever, and you're going to get $50,000 plus in debt because it was done in greed. So you got your $50,000, but you're in a wheelchair, you're not going to ever walk again, and you got your $50,000, but you got it in such a horrible way, you wish you never got it. We got Echoes of One. This is more of mine. That's why I just say if somebody owes you money or they took your money, say that's fine. If it wasn't meant to come to you in a certain way, sometimes that money or that thing or that lover does not come to you when you wanted it, and another gets replaced that's more positive. So, but then I will tell you the story of the lucky rabbit's foot. Because the monkey paw is always, for some reason, the bad one. But we got a lucky break here, which reminds me of the four-leaf clover, obviously, because it's right here, and the rabbit's foot. But we got the rabbit's foot legend. You get a rabbit's foot, and you're not really even asking for anything, but a lot of people have just fucked you over in life. They fucked you over. Alright? You have all this stuff going on. And you said, I just want peace, and I would like temperance. I would like balance and peace. And I would like to be able to take care of my family. And you say it in goodwill. The rabbit's foot, you might just unexpectedly win the lottery. And then you might just be doing like I do this to help you guys with your shadow work. If something may happen where you're just doing something and you become a real famous YouTuber or just something or inspirational speaker, and then everybody all of a sudden starts listening because the rabbit foot is good fortune. There's bad fortune and good fortune. They say the monkey's paw or a monkey's foot or a monkey's paw is the bad fortune, and the good fortune is the rabbit foot. That's what they say. These are ancient legends. I don't know. I used to have a rabbit foot and I felt bad, and it did bring me very good luck. But you have 46 Merkaba. But be careful what you wish for, how you wish for it, because that energy will turn on you. It does all the time. It does all the time. Alright, Merkaba. Let me take my four-leaf clover over here. And we're going to go here. This card pictures a three-dimensional shape called star tetrahedron. It joins in an upward-facing tetrahedron representing male, fire, and blade with a downward-pointing tetrahedron representing female, water, and chalice. Together they are interlocking, interpenetrating, dynamic balance, expanded awareness. This shape is one of primary geometrics contained in the energy field surrounding your body. When activated, it forms a time-space vehicle of ascension. And it says, the mere light ka, spirit ba, body union, is a sacred one that responds directly to emotion. And choosing this card, you are connecting with aspects of your being that stretch far beyond your everyday life and promise to put you in touch with your higher self and universal wisdom. You are becoming a seeker of intuitive knowledge. This is no small venture, and it may become a significant part of your life path. Sacred geometry is about shifting individual planetary consciousness from duality consciousness to unity consciousness, which is love, compassion, and heart connection. Feel this movement towards unity and honor this journey of expansion. You may wish to learn more about activating your Merkaba fields and experience the information firsthand. Select a qualified teacher and begin exploring expanded awareness to see where it may lead you. Be prepared for the adventure of a lifetime as you step into the outer limits of human potential. Okay. Maybe you're heading for an ascension. That's what's jumped in my head. Maybe you're heading for an assumption. And then we have echoes of one. Maybe I'm speaking to someone that's heading for an ascension, and if you're doing this, your life is going to turn around, and think people that were in your life will be removed. Be aware of the removal process when you ascend. This card is a symbolic rejoining of male and female energies. It uses the concept of the two whole individuals joining or birthing into a dynamic oneness. This new creation is not male or female dominated, but a prayer of balance for the greater whole. In each relationship, a dynamic exists that determines the balance of love and power within the friendship or partnership. We are moving from an age where power has been seen as dominance over others in order to attain specific goals. Be that money, national security, or simply getting the job done is the old paradigm. We enter the Aquarian age. This relationship to power will manifest as co-creation and become power to, not power over. This evolution will take place in individuals who make a conscious choice to cultivate shared power and cooperation. This card challenges you to observe relationships and present life, to ask yourself if they exist in the old manner of power as dominance and manipulation, or if you are learning to cultivate shared versions of your future and the power to create divine oneness. That's a deep thing, so you must be going through some kind of ascension. And then we have Nonagon 54. They all mean something. Everything means something. Every time you meet somebody, that means something too. I mean, be careful who you meet. Use your discernment. I mean, if you can become sovereign, because sovereign is even better than having discernment, because being a sovereign being, you could sit by yourself and nothing can break you when you're sovereign. Please remember that. And if you have to, go to Carl Jung Teachings here on YouTube. Become a sovereign being. You will be so happy when that happens. Okay, the Nonagon depicts a 9-sided geometry coming from the greatest single-digit number. It is a boundary. 9 is a trinity of trinities. It represents perfection, balance, and order. It is the ultimate extension of achievement and completion. This card represents completion of a cycle in your life. You have even given energy and achieved much during this phase. Events and relationships have served to help you grow and define who you are, giving your life meaning and resonance. There's no need for sadness or regret because you have given all you contributed your best. Now you stand at the gateway of something entirely new. Bless the times that we have come and now completed to get ready for the next big adventure of your life. See yourself already in this new place. Let's call it Cloud 9. It's a place of growth, your highest joy. Rejoice what is yet to come. Rejoice what is yet to come. I mean, I have a pile of cards and I picked a lucky break, the 4-leaf clover. We've already talked about the monkey's paw, and there's a 4-leaf clover, and I told you the story of the rabbit's foot. Let all of the energies embody you. Take it from a positive view. Positive. Don't take anything from a negative, because then you disrupt the energy. And it's not good to disrupt lucky energy. We got a lucky energy flow, guys. Keep it going. And I want to end this with a game of Trivial Pursuit. I do. I mean, I got the little thing here. I find all these. I find use for everything, guys. We're gonna do some Q&A with Trivial Pursuit. What country's flag has lasted the longest without change? Denmark. Oh, they have not changed their flag. Who was the girl in Peter Sellers' Soup? Who was she? Goldie Hawn. Oh, I love Goldie Hawn, y'all. Love Goldie Hawn. How did Lee Harvey Oswald purchase his rifle? How did he? By mail order. Can you imagine that? A mail order gun. Okay. Alright, now we got what season is in the setting for Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream? What setting is it, guys? Spring. Spring. Alright. Now we got what nuclear process takes place in a H-bomb? Alright. Fusion. That's a fun one. That's a fun one. What dice roll in craps is nicknamed Little Dick? I'm not even. This is what it says in the card, y'all. 4. All right. That was fun. Let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple more and play some Trivial Pursuit. Expand our mind. Expand our mind. What ocean's area is 64,186 square miles? The Pacific. I didn't even know that, y'all. What is Ed Sullivan's wife's name? Sylvia. All right. And then we got what happened on February 14th, 1929. I don't know. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That's kind of scary, y'all. That's kind of scary. Let's go to the next question. What materials did the 3 little pigs used to build on their houses? And then we have straw, sticks, and bricks. Alright, and then we have another one. Where are the cow's sweat glands? The nose. Their sweat glands are in the nose. Okay. Then we got what's the traditional hour for a bullfight to begin? I wouldn't even 5 p.m. I guess if you're in a bullfighting state, 5 p.m. is where that would start for y'all. I did not even know that. I love learning new shit, guys. That's very exciting. Let's go with it. We'll do this till, I don't know, another 10 minutes. What European city's subway system is called the Metropolitan? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rome. Okay. Who portrayed Maggio in the film Here to Extremity? Frank Sinatra. I love Frank Sinatra, guys. Who was the first U.S. president born on the 20th century? John F. Kennedy. Who does not love John F. Kennedy? What Ray Bradbury novel is named for the temperature at which paper catches fire? Alright. Fahrenheit 451. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past, guys. What's the only mammal that can fly? Man. That is a tongue twister, y'all. What record did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs in 1927? His own. Now that's interesting. He broke his own record. I don't know, I find this kind of stuff very interesting. I do. I love this kind of stuff, y'all. Let's do another card. Alright, we got what square is condensed? The heart of Greenwich Village. What square is considered the heart of Greenwich Village? Washington Square. Okay, I've heard of Washington Square. Now I know. What family did Hazel work for? The Baxters. Okay. And then we got, what two countries fought for the Battle of Coral Sea? Japan and the United States. Okay. Now here's the fourth question. What family compiled the book The Ultimate Sir Lizards of Famous People? The Wallaces. Okay. What in North America is 4 feet 8.5 inch wide, approximating the width of chariot tracks? The gauge of railroad tracks. Who was the first non-American to win Masters golf title? Gary Player. That's funny. It says he's a player, and he plays in golf. See, we're having a fun day at learning, y'all. A fun day at learning. What Rome tourist attraction has 138 steps? The Spanish Steps. What was the name of the African lioness born Free? Elsa. Okay. Okay. What prophet led the children of Israel to the promised land? I want to say that one's Moses. Yes, that's Moses, y'all. I knew one. Okay. What court does Bob Woodward describe in Breathin'? The U.S. Supreme Court. Okay. Then we got, which planet has the longest day? Venus. And then we have, how long is a regulation soccer game? 90 minutes. So soccer is 90 minutes. I never knew that, guys. Sometimes you gotta come and show your smartness. Come and show your smartness sometimes, y'all. Let's do another. Isn't this fun, y'all? I find this fun. What two countries are joined by the Ambassador Bridge? Canada and the United States. Okay. Who played President Mackinton in Washington Behind Closed Doors? Jason Robards. Who was the only U.S. president to be impeached? Andrew Jackson. What British author created Gunga Din? Rudyard Kipling. Alright, we got, who's this man? Brothers and sisters I have none, but this man's father's my father's son. Oh my God. My son. It's a riddle within a riddle. Look at that, guys. What sport has you hike out while clothes hauled? Sailing. Now, sailing sounds fun. That really does. That sounds fun. I like fun things, guys. I'm going to start putting a card here. So I know where I start on these, where the top and bottom of these are. Okay. There we go. Now I know the top part of this. Because I'm going to start doing these every day. I find this fun. Alright, we got what South America country took its name from the Latin for silvery? Argentina. Okay. What kind of knife did Mac carry? A jackknife. Then we got, what does the U stand for in a U-boat? Undersea bat or undersea boat? Okay. What movie star did Norman Mailer write about? Marilyn Monroe. Who doesn't love Marilyn Monroe? I love her. Alright, now we got our fourth question on this one. What's the smallest bird in the world? The hummingbird. What league requires the home team to provide 24 balls? The National Football League. I didn't know that. See? Sometimes you never know. You find out things you don't know, and you're like, wow, look at that. See, now we got some knowledge for the day, and I got a little holder over here. So, we're not constantly repeating the same questions in a loop every day. I feel the Matrix puts us in a big enough loop, but yeah, you guys got your lucky break. Y'all got a lucky break. Alright, so I'm going to call this Lucky Break Oracle reading. And I don't know, I hope the best for y'all. Keep that shadow work up, and I will see you on the next one.